On Christmas Eve 1843, in London, miserly businessman Ebenezer Scrooge refuses to partake in the merriment of Christmas, declining his cheerful nephew Fred's invitation to an annual Christmas dinner party and rejecting two gentlemen's offer to donate money to charity. His employee Bob Cratchit asks Scrooge to give him a day off on Christmas Day to spend time with his family, to which Scrooge reluctantly agrees. Returning home that night, Scrooge encounters the ghost of Jacob Marley, his business partner who died 7 years ago, bound in heavy chains. Marley wants Scrooge to change his wicked ways or be condemned to a worse fate. Before leaving, Marley informs Scrooge that he will be haunted by 3 spirits over 3 nights. Scrooge is visited by the uncanny ghost of Christmas past, who takes him back in time and makes him relive his lonely childhood in a boarding school. The spirit then shows his beloved younger sister Fan, Fred's future mother, and how he became an employee under Fezziwig, and became engaged to a woman named Belle. However, the ghost shows Scrooge how Belle left him when he became obsessed with wealth. A devastated Scrooge extinguishes the spirit with his candle snuffer cap and is rocketed back to his house. Scrooge meets the jolly ghost of Christmas Present, who shows him the joys of Christmas. Scrooge and the ghost visit Bob's house, learning that his family is content with their small dinner, and Scrooge starts to take pity on Bob's ill son Tiny Tim, whom the ghost comments will likely not survive until next Christmas. The ghost slowly begins to age as they next visit Fred's Christmas party, where Fred insists that they raise a toast to Scrooge in spite of his cold demeanor. Arriving in Big Ben, the ghost warns Scrooge the evils of ignorance and want before dying. When Big Ben begins tolling midnight, ignorance and want manifest themselves before Scrooge as 2 wretched children who grow into violent, insane individuals, leaving the spirit withering away. The Reaper-esque ghost of Christmas yet to come arrives, appearing as a dark shadow, and takes Scrooge into the future. He witnesses a group of businessmen discussing an unnamed colleague's death, saying they would only attend the funeral if lunch is provided. After being chased across London by the ghost, Scrooge recognizes his charwoman Mrs. Dilber selling the stolen possessions of the deceased. Shortly after, Scrooge sees the aforementioned colleague's body on a bed, but is too anxious to see his identity. Scrooge asks to see a motion connected to the death, and is shown a family who is relieved that he is dead, as they now have more time to pay off their debt. When Scrooge asks to see tenderness connected to death, he is sh. On the Cratchit family mourning Tiny Tim's death. Scrooge is then escorted to a cemetery, where the ghost points out the man's neglected grave, revealing Scrooge as the man who died. Scrooge promises to change his ways as the ghost causes him to fall into his empty coffin above hell, but before he strikes the coffin, he finds himself back in his own room. Learning it is Christmas Day, a gleeful Scrooge anonymously sends Bob's family with a turkey dinner, and ventures out with the charity workers and the citizens of London to spread cheer in the city, and later attends Fred's Christmas dinner, where he is warmly welcomed. The following day, he gives Cratchit a raise. Cratchit addresses the audience how Scrooge became a father figure to Tiny Tim, who escapes death, and that Scrooge now treats everyone with kindness, generosity, and compassion, thus embodying the spirit of Christmas.